Hello and welcome. What a beautiful day we have here, the first Thursday of June 2024. This is the second episode of Season 5. I thank you for tuning in today. You are listening to Denver's monthly real estate podcast, the Denver Homes Market Report. This is your host and local realtor, Ricky Schoonover of 8Z Real Estate. Tomorrow's First Friday, so today I decided for a little extra inspiration, I would come hang out here at 858 Santa Fe Drive. This is our amazing gallery and headquarters for the Arts District on Santa Fe. We have a great nonprofit organization which has been supporting the Arts District since 2003, aptly known as ADSF, or the Arts District on Santa Fe. This group, which I'm honored and humbled to be a part of, does some incredible work for all their members here. The main driver of this work is to support local artists, local businesses, and the galleries which so many talented artists, work from here in the district. You don't have to live or even own a business here in the district to get involved. If you love art, or like me, you're lacking that sort of left brain creativity, yet you appreciate art and you collect art, this organization is one you may consider supporting. And we have multifaceted roles here. Supporting the community. One of those roles are to provide a platform for all the gallery owners to come together. We have strength in numbers, and with that comes a louder and more heard voice to the masses. Making sure the value of a vibrant arts district does not go unnoticed. Now, I know this is a real estate podcast, and I promise you, we'll get to some real estate. I could go on all day about all the different things we do here. I serve here on the board, and I'm also a business friend of the district, supporter as well. So if you're interested, all you need to do is reach out to Anna Paula. Her email, or our email I should say, is hello@Denver's Art District, all one word, denversartdistrict.org. Now, I have another way, and this is a way you can support and have some fun at the same time. This coming June 22nd, I will be hosting a private whiskey tasting right here at the gallery. We're lucky enough to have a star of the local art scene here joining us. Her name is Denise Richardson. I personally own a couple of pieces created by Denise. She's agreed to come and speak with all of you and share her philosophy as she approaches the canvas or other media. So we're going to team up with a local whiskey distiller. I haven't quite announced that one yet. I'm still working on it. But we'll play with some different foods like chocolate or vanilla or olives, and just sip a little whiskey and then add an element, and then retaste and discover the effects that different foods have on your whiskey tasting experience, whether they be sweet, sour, acidic, etc. It's going to be a lot of fun. Now, I have a ton of interest in this event, but what I really need right now is I need for you to register. Yes, you must register to attend. It is a private event, and the seating's really limited. This gallery is small, but I promise you, if we pack the house on this first whiskey tasting, I will seek out a larger venue for the next one, right here in the district. So let's pack the house on this one. Now, there is a website to register, but it would be easier if you simply shoot me a text. If you just shoot me a text, I can get you the registration. And the phone number here, this is my cell phone number, 720-688-5110. And just text me and say, hey, Ricky, I want to attend the whiskey tasting happening on June 22nd. And then I will send you a link to register. Now, you do, of course, need to be 21. And there is a donation here to the Arts District. There's a $20 donation at the door, which goes directly to ADSF. And there's no additional charge for the whiskey. I'm going to take care of all that. So just $20, you'll be supporting the Arts District here on Santa Fe, and you'll be enjoying some great local whiskeys. We'll also have a 50-50 silent auction where you can collect some amazing artworks. And again, 50% of those proceeds is going to go directly to the organization here. So how do you register for this event? Well, first of all, it has to be before June 18th. The event is being held at 4:30 p.m. on Saturday, June 22nd. However, I need to know how many people are coming so I can buy supplies. So you'll need to register by the 18th, and you do that by texting me 720-688-5110. All right, go grab a pen. I'll tell you this again. 720 688-5110. Just tell me you want to attend the whiskey tasting on June 22nd, and I'll shoot you a link to the website. You can register there. All right, let's move on to my next big announcement. I've been working on this one for several months. In fact, I have teased it out a few times that I would be ready to make this announcement next month, but I've done that to you a couple months in a row. So, what I've been up to for the past several months, I've been working with the University of Colorado. Now, this is huge. Do you know who the largest employer in the state of Colorado? Do you know who it is? Yes, correct. You're correct. It's the University of Colorado. They are the largest employer in the state. And they have this really cool website. It's called CU Advantage. And it's a website full of resources for their faculty and for their staff. These resources, they help with healthcare providers, 401k, childcare, etc. All the things you'll need if you're relocating to the state of Colorado to work at any one of the campuses or one of their offices. Do you know what was missing? I've represented multiple employees who hired me to help them buy their homes as they were relocating here to Colorado. And I kept hearing the same story. Oh my gosh, Ricky, I was completely lost trying to sell my home where I used to live and then find a mover. And then, I knew I'd be working out of this campus or I'd be working at that office, but I had no idea about the housing market, near my new employment. Could you imagine? You're moving to Colorado, to work at the university. There was no one there to connect with you, at the time you were accepting your offer for employment to help guide you. What about schools for those of you who have children? What about a spouse or a partner? What kind of job are they looking for? What's their commute going to be like? And then, of course, the dog. Oh my gosh, the dog or other pets. How are they being taken care of? And then, of course, your job itself. You know what it's like. If you have ever taken on a new position, particularly in a new state, it's like drinking from a fire hose. Just trying to put your best foot forward at your new employment position, and there's so much to learn. Yet there are all these other important factors, like more personal, related to housing, related to relocation, that are not allowing you to focus on your task at hand at your new job. So I want to say relax. We have your back. Not only am I super familiar with the real estate market here in the Denver metro area, my team here at 8Z Real Estate, we have specialists which cover every zip code in Colorado. The very foundation of 8Z Real Estate, it is our goal to go out and service every zip code, because every zip code in Colorado starts with 8. Headed to work at CU Boulder, we've got you covered. Anschutz Medical Center, Aurora campus, or better known as CU Denver, CU Colorado Springs, or even one of the main offices, Ricky Schoonover of 8Z Real Estate, and my team of professionals, we've got you covered. We reach out to us as soon as you're relocating to Colorado. We offer a whole host of services. If you need to sell your home in your current state, we have a network of realtors around the country. We can help get you connected with someone in your area that's a specialist. If you're coming here to scope out the housing market and maybe do some house hunting trips, we can organize those and help make the most of them. I know they're usually pretty jam-packed and you're just trying to learn the neighborhoods. We can get those set up for you in advance. We'll help you identify short-term rentals, if you need someplace to stay just for a few months, maybe while you actually locate your home and close on it. If you're not ready to buy right away and you want to rent for maybe a year, I can help you find a rental. We also start working with you into that rental about 6 months into it, so that when your landlord starts asking you about that 90 days out, hey, are you going to renew or not? You're not caught flat-footed. You're going to be well on your way to, moving on, and you can tell your landlord at that time with some confidence that you'll be moving on and you're going to buy a new house. So we have resources for contractors, local movers, even national movers, whatever you can imagine when it comes to housing and your relocation, we've got you covered. So that is the big announcement. I have been teasing this for the last couple months. If you're an employee or even if you're already here local, we are happy to help you as well. Our services are available to all faculty and staff of the University of Colorado. Our information is available right there on your CU Advantage website under perks. So even if you're already here in Colorado, we're here to serve you as well. All right, so months after telling you I have a big announcement for the next month, there you have it. Ricky Schoonover of 8Z Real Estate is the preferred housing and relocation specialist for the University of Colorado. Now, before we close out, I have much more I want to share with you, but I like to keep these podcasts right around 15 or 20 minutes, and there's a good reason for that. Many of my listeners listen during your commutes, and it's to and from work, about 15, 20 minutes. It's just perfect for those listeners, and to be honest, that probably is still too long for some attention spans. So, in other news, I'm seeing headlines, and they are just that, right? I mean, they're just headlines. I mean, I saw this just today, and it reminded me how important this is to get in front of. In fact, we spoke of this last week in one of my weekly team meetings. So if you're in an adjustable rate mortgage, or ARM as they're commonly called, let's be honest. If you bought a home in the past 3 years or less, there was absolutely no reason to buy your home using an ARM. The rates weren't that great. I mean, the rates were below 5% normally, and then some, even less than 3%. And the rates on the ARMs were terrible. So if you did buy your home in the past 3 to 4 years using an ARM, I kind of feel for you, but this is still here for you as well. So I'm not a mortgage broker, not anymore anyway. I used to be a loan originator, so I have some knowledge on the subject. In fact, I've bought personal homes using an ARM, when they made sense to do so. In fact, I bought a condo back in Boston. It was in 2003, and the market crashed in 2008. What amazingly dumb luck that was. I mean, the adjustable rate mortgages, they don't only adjust up when rates go up. Guess what? They also adjust down when rates fall. And in my particular case, mine was a 5-year ARM, which meant from 2003 to 2008, it was fixed for those 5 years. Then after that, it dropped. In fact, the rates stayed low for years during that recession we were having. So every year, my rate would drop 1 full percentage point for the next few years. And it finally hit the bottom. And then we stayed there for a while. And as the rates climbed, our rate went back up, 1% per year. And then when we got back to the market rate, we had a decision to make. We either refinance or we sold. So we went ahead and sold at that point. So from my experience, and I also want to encourage you to look at your own specific loan program. And here, if you listen to nothing else today, please do not wait until you're feeling financially stressed to decide to revisit your loan particulars. If you're in an ARM, or even you think you're in an ARM, reach out to your lender now and get educated. Find out what the limits are on your loan. Do not let these headlines scare you. I saw one just this morning driving me nuts. Quote unquote, millions of Americans hold ARMs that are expiring and their mortgages are going to skyrocket. Now, that is probably not true for the vast majority of you out there, and let me tell you why. And let me tell you about my case first. So there was a ceiling. My rate could only go as high as about 10%, if I remember correctly, and then there was also a floor. It could only adjust down to a certain level. I think it was around 2.5% or 3%. But here's the kicker. My rate was only evaluated once per year or annually. It could not adjust up and it couldn't adjust down no more than 1%. So, if you took out a 5/1 ARM 5 years ago and your rate is in the 3s or 4s, please do not panic. Call your lender and find out your particulars. Just because today's rates are in the high 6s or maybe low 7s, that does not mean that your 5/1 ARM is jumping from 3 or 4% to now going to 6 or 7%. Now, it might. I mean, I do not know your situation or your loan program, but it's not likely. I just consulted with my trusted mortgage lender, Jackson Riggs of the Mortgage Network, and she says most ARMs today can only adjust up or down annually by 2%. Now that's the worst case scenario, 2%. And the lifetime cap, meaning over the lifetime of the loan, it can only go up 5% total or down, up or down 5%. So I'm not saying 2% is not a jump. What I'm saying is you're not likely going from 3% to 7% overnight. Okay, I just see these headlines, and I know they're there for shock value and for clickbait, and I get that, but please, before you panic or panic sell your house or start losing sleep over these headlines, check the details of your particular loan. An adjustable rate mortgage, it can be an awesome tool, but you need to know how they work and you need to know when to use them and when not to use them. You know, many of you know my father was a cabinet maker. He told me a long time ago, gosh, I was just, knee-high to a grasshopper. He said, son, this is a hammer. Shows me this hammer. This tool can help you build a house. But if you choose to use it wrong, or you screw up and you just end up using it wrong, it can really hurt you. And that really stuck with me, even today in real estate, because you know what? Financial tools, they're really no different. You need to know what you're doing, and there are professionals out there, just like me, just waiting for you to reach out and say, Ricky, I want to buy or sell a home, and I'm not just thinking of it as a roof over my head, but I also want to be smart in my investment as a financial tool. So if you want to know what financial tools are available to you and how they may help you, and also what to look out for, because if you use them wrong, either intentionally or just by not knowing the potential pitfalls, they can seriously hurt you. Just like my father's favorite Vaughn hammer. All right, well, I know I went a little bit over today, but this was an important message. If you have any questions regarding, buying or selling your home, give me a call. Ricky Schoonover, 8Z Real Estate. This is the Denver Homes Market Report. Comes out on the first Thursday of each month. If you've not yet subscribed to my channel, if you're on YouTube, if you click that button, subscribe button right there in the lower left corner there, I'd really appreciate it. Other than that, tomorrow's First Friday. Get out to the Arts District in Santa Fe. Make sure you stop by 858 Gallery here for the emerging artists and the headquarters. Love to see you here. All right, and I'll talk to you next month.